Imagine this. You're at school, surrounded by the usual noise of your classmates. But then, you notice something strange. A few students huddled together, clutching a black notebook. They seem different, distant, obsessed. You peek closer, and your blood turns cold. Inside the notebook are names, familiar names, with descriptions of how those people will die. What started as an innocent anime turned into a nightmare no one saw coming. This is the true story of how Death Note cast its dark shadow over China. It all began in 2007 in a school in Shenyang City. A teacher stumbled upon a student's strange notebook. At first, it looked like a fan's innocent tribute to Death Note. But as the teacher flipped through its pages, something sinister emerged. Names, dates, gruesome details. It wasn't just a notebook. It was a list of victims, and it wasn't the only one. The phenomenon spread like a plague. In Beijing, a middle school student was found with a death note listing 33 names. Each name came with vivid descriptions of their imagined deaths, so detailed it was as if the writer wanted them to come true. In Shanghai, teachers confiscated over 20 notebooks in a single week. The students carrying them didn't seem frightened. They seemed empowered, like the notebooks gave them a twisted sense of control. But it wasn't just the notebook owners who were affected. The fear spread to their classmates. One student whispered, "I saw my name in her death note." Another stopped coming to school, convinced they were being targeted. Some children couldn't sleep, haunted by nightmares of their names being written in the cursed book. It was as if the anime's dark power had seeped into the real world. The situation grew so dire that schools and parents banded together to stop it. In cities like Shenyang, Beijing, and Lanzhou, Death Note merchandise was banned. Students caught with these notebooks faced severe punishment. But no matter how hard they tried, the curse wouldn't die. Online stores kept selling the books. Students found ways to HIDE them, and the anime itself, banned on Chinese streaming platforms, became even more alluring. The forbidden fruit always tastes the sweetest, doesn't it? Why did Death Note strike such a nerve in China? Some say it was a reflection of the intense academic pressure students face, a way to vent their frustrations. Others believe the anime's theme of playing God resonated with those desperate for control in an unforgiving system. But maybe, just maybe, it was something darker. Perhaps the story wasn't entirely fiction. Perhaps the cursed notebooks were waiting for someone to bring them to life. Years later, the Death Note phenomenon in China is remembered as a chilling warning. It wasn't just a fan craze. It was a glimpse into how media can influence the human mind, especially when that mind is already burdened by fear, pressure, and frustration. Even today, whispers of these notebooks remain. Some say if you search hard enough, you might still find one, waiting for its next victim. But Death Note isn't the only anime with a dark legacy.
In our next video, we'll uncover the truth behind the Pokemon panic that left hundreds hospitalized in Japan. Was it just a coincidence or something far more sinister? Stay tuned if you dare.